So good morning to everyone. So in previous classes, we discussed about the applications of the non-linear applications of operational amplifier, that is comparator. Okay. So we analyzed the definition of comparator. Okay. We classified the comparator. Comparator is a non-linear application of operational amplifier which compares the input voltage with respect to reference voltage, and an output voltage will be observed. So what is the classification of comparator means? So depending upon the input voltage connection and depending upon the reference voltage connection, if we connect the input voltage to the inverting terminal to the operational amplifier, that is a positive comparator or inverting type comparator. Positive comparator or non-inverting type comparator. If we connect voltage, if we connect the input voltage to the negative terminal of the comparator, it is an inverting comparator or negative comparator. Inverting comparator or negative comparator. So these are the various applications of comparator. We discussed about zero crossing detector. We discussed about practical comparator, and we discussed about window comparator in our applications. Okay. So now at this in our today's discussion, we will discuss about comparator as an voltage limiter. That means voltage limiter in the sense whose output voltage is independent of input voltage. That is a specific inline definition. So how does that comparator act as a voltage limiter, and what are the various classifications, and what will be the basic circuits and analysis, that we will see. So these are the comparator characteristics. We will go through the comparator. We will go through the content like comparator as voltage limiter. So there are various classifications in the analysis. That is inverter comparator with a positive and negative voltage limiter, and inverting comparator with a positive voltage limiter, inverting comparator with a single Zener diode in the feedback path. Okay. So to explain the comparator as an application of voltage limiter, so we will do one thing. So we will employ a Zener diode with respect to diode in reverse bias condition or in forward bias condition. Okay, in the feedback path. So most of the times in this type of applications, so we are using a negative feedback. Okay, we already said that non-linear applications of comparator, we already discussed that it is mostly explained in the context of open loop gain. Okay, that means a comparator is a non-linear application. It can be explained in open loop gain or in positive feedback. That means that at that condition the infinite gain of open loop condition is explained with respect to positive feedback or open loop gain. That infinite gain will be explained with respect to a saturating voltage. So here we are providing a negative feedback. That's why in the context of applying a negative feedback means at that particular negative feedback we have to use diodes and other devices. Here we are using Zener diodes and actual p-n junction diodes. Okay, for in the context of negative feedback, the context of negative feedback is to limit the gain value and to improve stability of a system. Okay. So and we will discuss what are the things we can apply and what are the context we are going to see in the content. So coming into the second discussion is comparator characteristics. What are the various characteristics of comparator, and what will be the limitations. Okay. And we will also compare the ideal conditions of a comparator with practical conditions of comparator. That means by making an practical waveform analysis, input waveform analysis and output waveform analysis, we will see the behavior of ideal comparator with respect to practical comparator. So if we see the learning objectives of today's class, that means learning objective in the sense at the completion of today's class, so we will come across the basic knowledge regarding to the comparator circuit as a voltage limiter. Okay, we will get an ability to analyze the comparator characteristics and limitations. Okay, and we can also explain the comparator comparison in ideal condition and practical condition. So these are the learning objectives of today's class. So if we go through the actual discussion today, so first we will discuss about comparator as a voltage limiter. Voltage limiter in the sense whose output voltages of a comparator are independent of power supply voltage. That means here in the context of voltage limiter, the output voltage V0 is purely independent of input voltage. So we will explain the behavior of this particular voltage limiter in the application of comparator with three classifications. At the first classification is the inverting comparator with a positive and negative output voltage limiter. That means behavior of output voltage and as in positive magnitude and behavior of output voltage with respect to negative magnitude. So it is an inverting comparator. See the circuit construction here. So here we are using a negative feedback and we are employing two Zener diodes. Okay. So if we go to the circuit construction, see here, so it is the actual comparator is connected with respect to an input supply is connected to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier with an input resistance of capital R. Okay, so input terminal voltage of this particular inverting terminal is V2. Okay, and the reference voltage is applied to the non-inverting terminal. Okay, this is nothing but an inverting comparator, right? Inverting comparator, input voltage is applied to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier or inverting terminal, that is an inverting comparator, and and the positive terminal or non-inverting terminal is connected with the ohmic resistance, or most of the literature we will discuss that as a compensating resistance. And here we are connecting the reference voltage. The reference voltage is 0 volts. Okay, the reference voltage is 0 volts. Okay, and next the feedback is connected in the particular inverting terminal with respect to output, input inverting terminal with respect to output, and two Zener diodes. One Zener diode is connected in a forward manner and other Zener diode is connected in a reverse biased manner, and next that is connected with respect to a particular load resistance of RL. So this is a particular circuit configuration. Okay, so this particular inverting comparator in the application of voltage limiter circuit are having two back-to-back Zener diodes. Okay, this will limit the positive and as well as negative values of output voltage. So how does the Zener diodes while applying the Zener diodes in forward bias condition and while applying the Zener diodes in reverse biasing condition, we can limit the application of Zener diode. Sorry, we will limit the application of this particular comparator and the output voltage will be limited. That means our main aspect, our main objective in the concept of voltage limiter is voltage limiter makes the output voltage is independent of supply voltage or input voltage. Output voltage is independent of input voltage here. Okay, that is a particular concept of voltage limiter here, right? So what happens, how does that happens means, so when we come across the concept of virtual grounding here, virtual grounding in the sense where we connect the feedback terminal with respect to the feedback loop with respect to the input terminal, we will come across the concept of virtual ground. Okay, so the virtual ground voltage of V2 is equal to the input terminal voltage of non-inverting terminal V1. So that is the basic of operational amplifier. In the concept of virtual grounding of operational amplifier, this particular grounding voltage V2 is equal to the non-inverting terminal voltage V1. Okay, but here the reference voltage is 0 and V1 is 0, such that V2 is 0. So what will happen means, here the ground voltage is 0, V2 is 0, V1 is equal to reference voltage 0, and V2 is equal to V1, such that V2 is also 0. So as per the concept of this particular virtual ground, what we can do means V1 is equal to V2 is equal to 0. Okay, at that condition, right, the input voltage will bypass through, input voltage will flow through this particular resistance, and next it will cross across the Zener diodes, and next it will flow towards the output voltage. So what will be the voltage path when V2 terminal voltage, non-inverting terminal voltage at this particular virtual ground is 0 means input voltage will bypass through the particular input resistance, and next it will follow through the feedback loop, and next it will flow through the output voltage. So at that condition, when the input voltage crosses the particular 0 volts, input voltage crosses to this particular 0 volts, that means here see the input voltage is nothing but time variant signal. It is a sinusoidal pulse. The input voltage will flow through the input resistance, and it will flow through the Zener diode with respect to Zener diode. Okay, so if we explain this particular context, in this particular context, the input voltage is in a sinusoidal structure. Whenever the input voltage crosses the 0th voltage, that means input voltage is building here with respect to a positive peak, here we can see the positive peak voltage V suffix P, and here we will see the negative peak voltage V suffix P, and the reference voltage is nothing but 0 volts. Okay, that means whenever the input voltage is building with from the condition towards a positive peak, what will happen means at that condition it crossed the 0 voltage that or the reference voltage. Okay, and it is increasing in a positive direction, the output voltage will increase in a negative direction until the ZD1 Zener diode 1, until the Zener diode is forward biased and Zener diode 2 is kept in Zener breakdown condition. Okay, that means whenever the input voltage is crossing the 0th reference voltage and it is increasing towards a positive peak, the behavior of output voltage is represented with respect to minus V saturation. This point is called as minus V sat. Minus V sat. This condition says that the output voltage is independent of input voltage. Output voltage is independent of input voltage. Okay, that means after the 0th crossing and rising towards the positive peak, the behavior of output voltage is in negative peak and it is rising at a particular negative saturation condition. Okay, so the total operating voltage is around 0.7 volts. 0.7 volts is forwarded to the Zener diode 1 and the Zener diode 2 kept in breakdown condition. After the condition, what will happen means, after the condition happened, that means at the first condition what happened, negative VSAT is builded here, and ZD1 Zener diode 1 is kept in forward biased condition and Zener diode 2 is kept in breakdown condition. Okay, after that at the second instant what happened means, after completing the positive peak of sinusoidal pulse, the pulse started reaching towards negative peak. The pulse started reaching towards the negative peak. So at that negative peak condition, so here we will see a maximum here at the negative peak condition. Here at the negative peak condition, we can clearly see here at the instant of negative peak, at the negative peak of the output voltage, here we can clearly see that Zener diode 1 and Zener diode 2. Okay, the voltage drop across Zener diode 1 and the voltage drop across Zener diode 2. Okay, can be clearly seen here in this particular structure. Okay, so voltage drop across Zener diode 1 is forward biased with respect to ZD1. Okay, previously at this condition we have forward biased the Zener diode 1. Okay, and typically a 0.7 volts are flowing through the Zener diode 1 and Zener diode 2 is breakdown in previous condition. Okay, at this condition, after the first condition occurred and again at a second instance, what's happening at an instant of 0, here again the output voltage is increasing in towards negative direction. Output voltage is increasing towards a negative direction. At that condition, our behavior of V0 is in positive dimension. See, okay, whenever the input voltage is crossing the 0th reference voltage and it is increasing towards the negative peak, okay, the behavior of the output voltage is in positive condition. Okay, so at that condition what we will do means, we will forward bias the Zener diode 2 and we will Zener break down the first diode. Okay, so and after the completion of the negative peak, okay, the maximum amount of positive voltage is observed. That means the maximum positive voltage of V out, okay, is limited with respect to VZ1 and VZ2. That means Zener diode 2 is forward biased at this condition. At that Zener diode 2 is forward biased, 0.7 volts of maximum input voltage is flown through the Zener diode. Okay, and a plus VSAT is achieved here. Okay, that means the maximum possible output voltage is achieved here. Okay, that means where Zener diode 2 is forward biased and Zener diode 1 is kept as Zener breakdown condition. Okay, so this particular output voltage scenario is explained in two instances. Okay, this condition will go on. That means here the application of voltage limiter, in the comparator constant context, the output voltage is independent of input voltage. That's what we are saying. So in our first application, so what we did means, so whenever the reference voltage is 0 volts the input voltage is around 0.7 volts. Input voltage is building towards a positive peak. At that condition, the behavior of output voltage is negative. Okay, that means whenever the input voltage is positive, the output voltage is negative. Okay, and it is minus Vsat. And after the operating the Zener diodes, at first condition we operated the ZD2 in forward biased condition, and ZD1 is kept in ZD1 is kept in forward biased, and ZT2 is kept in breakdown condition. Okay, and after the voltage peak is behaving with a particular negative peak, output voltage is observed at positive V saturation. That means at this discussion of input and output waveforms of inverting comparator with respect to voltage limiter, we can clearly observe, or we can clearly say with respect to the analysis, the behavior of output voltage. Okay, we observe two conditions, but one is minus V saturation condition and another one is plus V saturation condition. In both the context, the output voltage is independent of supply voltage. The output voltage is independent of supply voltage, or output voltage is independent of input voltage. Okay, that is what we analyzed with respect to the application of Zener diode 1 and Zener diode 2. So at the first instant, Zener diode 1 is kept in forward biased condition and voltage is built up at a minus Vsat. At second instant, Zener diode 2 is kept in forward biased condition. That means in an alternative manner, we operated the Zener diode. One is kept in forward biased condition, one is kept in a breakdown condition, one is kept in forward biased condition, and one is kept in breakdown condition. And we analyzed the comparator with respect to voltage limiter. Okay, we analyzed the comparator with respect to voltage limiter. Okay, the output voltage is independent of power supply voltage or input voltage. So that is the first application. Okay, so it is also possible for the limiting of this particular voltage swing. See this particular voltage swing, this magnitude of voltage swing at the output. Okay, that means the voltage swing in the sense the behavior of minus V saturation in this region and the behavior of plus V saturation in this region is called as voltage swing. Okay, this voltage swing can also be limited by either in positive direction or in negative direction by using a Zener diode in combination with an rectifier diode. Okay, in the first application, in this particular application, we use two Zener diodes. One is operated in forward biased and one is kept in breakdown. One is kept in forward biased and another is kept in breakdown condition. So in order to limit the particular voltage swing of plus Vsat and voltage swing of minus Vsat, okay, so we can connect this voltage swing can be limited if we connect a Zener diode in series with respect to rectifier diode. Okay, that is explained with respect to our second classification. See, this is the second classification of comparator application to voltage limiter, where a Zener diode is connected in series with respect to a rectifier diode. It's a diode. Most probably it is a PN junction diode, and this is a Zener diode. Okay, here we are constructing the feedback path with the help of Zener diode with respect to a PN junction diode. So okay, so what actually we are doing means here at this particular condition, at this particular instant, we are observing the behavior of output voltage of voltage limiter in the application of comparator. Okay, the behavior of output voltage has to be independent of input voltage supply. Okay, so but what already we observed in the first discussion. But what is the analysis? What is the difference means here? The voltage swing, the output voltage swing can be limited. Output voltage swing, the swing of minus V saturation voltage magnitude, the swing of plus V saturation voltage magnitude can be limited by the context of adding an additional diode in series with respect to this particular Zener diode. Okay, so if we see the circuit construction configuration, right, it is a operational amplifier which is constructed with respect to negative feedback. Okay, it is an inverting type operational amplifier. Input voltage is connected to the inverting terminal. Okay, this is a negative comparator. Negative comparator in the sense positive terminal or non-inverting terminal has to be grounded and the reference supply has to be applied at this particular non-inverting terminal. So that is our operating principle. Okay, and next the input resistance is connected to the inverting terminal and the input supply is connected with respect to the inverting terminal or negative terminal of the operational amplifier. So the circuit description is same. Okay, so in addition to the previous context, here we am adding a Zener diode in series with respect to a rectifier diode. okay, in the rectifier diode, and a feedback terminal is connected to the negative feedback or inverting terminal inverting input terminal into the one end, and another end it is connected to the output terminal, okay. And again the load resistance terminal RL is grounded here. Load resistance terminal RL is grounded here. So this is about the circuit construction or circuit configuration. So if we see the analysis or operation of this particular circuit, so input voltage is applied to the inverting terminal, and the input voltage is crossing to the reference value, and it is increasing towards positive direction. See, it is increasing towards positive direction, and the output voltage, we see the from the from the principle of the voltage limiter, output is independent of input voltage, okay. And here the input is positive peak, positive magnitude peak of voltage magnitude, and here the output is minus V saturation, negative V saturation is builded here, okay. So this condition happens when the supply is, when the Zener diode 1 is forward biased and diode D2 is reverse biased. Diode D2 is reverse biased. That makes the configuration to operate in a open loop system. That makes the configuration to operate in open loop system. So however, when the input voltage crosses, towards the zero and increases towards the negative direction, okay. So that is about the positive peak. At the positive peak condition, diode D2 is kept in a reverse bias condition. The voltage flows through the Zener diode, okay. And with respect to the behavior of input voltage, a reverse scenario is happened at output. Minus Vsat is builded in a particular constant magnitude. And after the input voltage crosses again the reference value, and it is reaching towards a negative peak. See, and it is reaching towards a negative peak. At that condition, at that instant, what will happen means we can clearly see a behavior of positive V saturation. So at this particular positive direction of V saturation, what will happen means the rectifier diode, okay, D2 comes to forward biased. At the previous condition, D2 is reverse biased. D2 comes to forward bias, and ZD1 will comes to Zener breakdown, okay. That means here the maximum output voltage in the sense by combination of minus Vsat and plus Vsat, this particular full wave square voltage is nothing but maximum output voltage is observed at a particular domain of Vz plus Vzd1, okay. So that means if the directions of Vz1, if the directions of Zener diode and if the directions of the rectifier diodes are changed, means the output voltage is limited with respect to negative direction, okay. That means the maximum positive amount of output voltage here we can be seen at this particular V saturation. That is the difference with respect to positive and negative voltage limiter and positive voltage limiter, okay. So here in the concept of positive voltage limiter, maximum positive output voltage will be observed at a particular positive saturation point. That means here, with the application of the positive voltage limiting, while employing a particular diode, rectifier diode in series with respect to Zener diode, in series with respect to the Zener diode, the output voltage swings are controlled, okay, and the maximum peak of the output voltage or plus Vsat can be clearly observed here when compared to the previous context. Okay. So that is our discussion. Here. So we will come into the next classification. Our third classification is a inverting comparator with a single Zener diode in this feedback path. Inverting diode with the single Zener diode in its feedback path. So in the previous classifications, we used two Zener diodes in series with the positive voltage and negative voltage limiting, and in second context of classification, we used a single Zener diode in series with respect to a rectifier diode, and we observed a maximum positive V saturation and at that application. So in this context, what we are doing is, at this particular classification, we are using a single Zener diode. A single Zener diode is connected in a particular negative feedback path. Okay, negative feedback path. So here, what is the purpose of connecting a single Zener diode means here the maximum amount of output voltage. The maximum amount of output voltage. So previously we observed a rapid growth in the output voltage. Previously we observed a rapid growth in the output voltage. Previously we have seen a rapid growth in the output voltage, but here we have to at the third context of application, we can clearly, we have our main objective is to take maximum amount of positive saturation voltage from the inverting comparator. Okay, that here our objective is to observe an output voltage of plus V saturation at a maximum instant. At a maximum instant. So how is that? How does that happen? Means, see here, this is an inverting type comparator. Okay, input voltage is connected to the inverting comparator. Okay, inverting terminal of the comparator, and the reference terminal is connected with respect to the non-inverting comparator, which is grounded. And see here, the Zener diode is connected in a negative feedback. That means it is connected with respect to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier, inverting terminal of the operational amplifier, and next it is connected with respect to V output, and the load resistance here it is grounded. Load resistance here it is grounded. So if we apply the input voltage, the reference voltage is 0. Okay, here the V2 voltage is 0. If the V2 voltage is 0 means V1 is equal to V2 from the operational amplifier principle, and again the virtual ground is also 0. Okay, what will happen? The input voltage will flow through the resistance and it will flow through the Zener diode through V output. So this is the voltage path. This is the voltage path. So what I will do means, at the first condition, Zener diode is reverse biased. At the first condition, Zener diode is reverse biased. At the condition of reverse bias condition, what will happen means, the input voltage will cross the zeroth voltage and it will reach towards a positive peak. It will reach towards a maximum positive peak, and this is the see in this particular waveform, this is the positive peak. Okay, what will happen with respect to the output voltage? Okay, the output voltage of the voltage limiter is independent of input supply voltage, and it will create a negative V saturation here. See, a negative V saturation is created. Okay, but the Zener diode is reverse biased. That's why there is a very less amount of negative saturation, less magnitude of negative saturation is created here. Okay, after the voltage waveform is crossing again the zero and it is reaching towards the negative peak, okay, what will happen? The Zener diode, okay, at that condition, what will happen? The Zener diode here, it is forward biased, okay, and the input voltage is negative, okay, and the output voltage is inverse of input voltage. That's why the output voltage here we can see plus V saturation. Again, the operation will go on continuously. So at this particular discussion, or at this particular context, what we can say means, the output voltage is independent of input voltage or inverse of input voltage, but through the application of single Zener diode in this particular feedback path, in the particular output waveform analysis, we can clearly see a context of positive saturation voltage. Maximum amount of positive saturation voltage will be cleared. Positive saturation, maximum amount of positive saturation will be observed here. Okay, so this is the analysis of a voltage limiter with we explained the analysis of voltage limiter with three classifications. Okay, first classification is inverting comparator with positive and negative output voltage limiter. We used two Zener diodes. Okay, and we analyzed the voltage limiter definition, that is output voltage is inverse of input voltage with respect to the waveform analysis. And next we discussed about input voltage limiter in the application of Zener diode in series connected to a rectifier diode in a feedback path. Okay, we observed a positive V saturation at a maximum instant. And next we analyzed the behavior of voltage limiter with respect to an input comparator with single Zener diode in its feedback path. So here at this context, we are clearly observed that output voltage is inverse to the input voltage. Okay, output voltage is independent of inverse input voltage. And here if we use a single single Zener diode context, if we use a single Zener diode as an feedback path, we can see a maximum positive V saturation. Okay, maximum positive V saturation at the particular V output, voltage output. Okay, so that is about voltage limiter analysis with respect to three types of classifications. Okay, so if you have any doubts, just post them in the chat box. We will discuss them at the end of the session. So coming into the second content we are going to discuss today, that is the characteristics of the comparator. We observed in previously we observed the ideal characteristics of the operational amplifier. We observed the ideal characteristics of we observed the practical characteristics of the operational amplifier. Okay, we observed the characteristics of linear applications of operational amplifier. So here the comparator is nothing but non-linear application of the operational amplifier. Non-linear application of operational amplifier. So what is actually comparator doing is, comparator, name and itself saying, it's a comparison of input voltage with respect to the reference voltage. Okay, input voltage is with respect to reference voltage. If the input voltage is greater than reference voltage, output voltage is high. If the input voltage is less than the reference voltage, output voltage is low. Okay, it may be high in the sense plus V saturation, low in the sense minus V saturation. Low in the sense minus V saturation. So what we are doing means, here we are comparing the input voltage with respect to reference voltage. Okay, so that means here we can analyze the comparator characteristics in various aspects, in several aspects. Various aspects, the comparator characteristics will be analyzed, or comparator parameters will be analyzed. So various characteristics. First characteristic is accuracy, local threshold, and strobe function. Okay, the response time of the comparator, positive output level, negative output level. Okay, strobe current. Okay, strobe release time, and saturation voltage. So these are all the parameters we can clearly observe the comparator characteristics. We can analyze these parameters with respect to the comparator characteristics. So if we analyze the comparator characteristics, in detail, right, we will analyze. Right, someone posted in the chat box, what is strobe current? First, in order to analyze the strobe current, we have to see what is the strobe function. What is the strobe? The strobe is nothing but an additional complementary terminal here. It is not an inbuilt terminal in the operational amplifier. In operational amplifier, we already analyzed that is a 7-pin segment. 7-pin segment. We analyzed the operational amplifier with a 7-pin segment. Okay, so a strobe is nothing but an additional terminal. We will see what is the strobe, and next we will analyze what is the strobe function. Someone just posted in the chat box, what is the strobe current? We will analyze one by one. What are the characteristics? So first characteristics of the operational amplifier is accuracy. So our accuracy, how can we say that the comparator, which is the non-linear application of the operational amplifier, is accurate? Means, before discussing about the term accuracy, what is meant by the term accuracy? Accuracy in the sense, even there is the smallest amount of difference with respect to the input voltage and output voltage at a particular state of a comparator. That means we are applying an input voltage, and we are having some deviation in the output voltage. So that deviation of output voltage with respect to the input voltage, that is nothing but accuracy. Okay, that accuracy is mostly measured in millivolts. Why? In the sense, the accuracy or the particular deviation in this particular non-linear application of operational amplifier, particularly in the aspect of comparator, is very, very less. The deviation is very, very less. So if we see the transfer characteristics here, okay, so the how can we analyze the transfer characteristics of the comparator with respect to accuracy? Means, so whatever it may be the device, if it, in a particular electronic device, if the transfer characteristics of the accuracy are wide, see here there is a wide range of transfer characteristics. If there is a wide range of transfer characteristics, that means the difference voltage with respect to the input voltage and output voltage is very, very less. Okay, So here I am saying the difference voltage is very less, that is 50 millivolts. 50 millivolts, that means if the accuracy is 50 millivolts, that means if the input voltage is greater than the reference voltage, more than 1 volt, more than 1 volt, other than 1 volt, at that condition only we have to take the condition into accuracy. Less than this particular 1 volt, we don't discuss about the concept of accuracy. Okay, if there is any difference greater than 1 volt at that particular aspect, that means if the output voltage differed with respect to the input voltage at a context at a difference more than 1 millivolt, 1 millivolt, here I am explaining the difference is around 50 millivolts. Why I am explaining, or why I am limiting the 50 millivolts means, in order to showcase the transfer characteristics in a wide manner. Okay, so what is the objective of transfer characteristics in a wide manner means, if this particular transfer characteristic of a comparator is wide, see, it is wide with respect to input, the behavior is particular in a wide structure means, if it is wide, okay, the voltage gain will be good. Okay, the common mode rejection ratio will be very high. Okay, and the input offset currents will be limited, and the thermal drifts or temperature effects will be limited. Okay, that means the transfer characteristics of accuracy is shown in a wide manner, and I'm explaining. And again, the reference voltage, okay, that means the difference between input voltage and reference voltage has to be more than 1 millivolt. At that context only, we will explain the, we can say that the comparator efficiency, sorry, the comparator accuracy is dropped a bit. Okay, if it is less than 1 millivolt, the comparator is quite accurate, comparator is quite accurate, and it is good. Okay, the output won't change less than 1 millivolt. Okay, the comparator whose characteristics cannot be used into accuracy less than 50 millivolts in a practical manner. Okay, so the accuracy of the comparator depends upon voltage gain, common mode rejection ratio, input offset currents, and drifts. Okay, logic threshold voltage. Okay, logic threshold voltage in the sense, the voltage level of the output, voltage level at the output of the comparator digit. We can define the logic threshold voltage. The logic threshold voltage is almost fixed in the literature. Okay, depending upon the classification of the operational amplifier, the logic threshold is just predefined by the industry even. Logic threshold voltage in the sense, so with the help of the logic threshold voltage, we can define what will be the reference point voltage of the comparator. Okay, for logic threshold voltage of TTL in the sense bipolar transistor, the transistor logic, the logic threshold voltage is around 1.2 volts. For CMOS type of operational amplifiers, that is complementary metal oxide semiconductor type operational amplifiers. Okay, so the logic threshold voltage is around 2.5 volts. We can't define a particular logic threshold voltage. The actual logic threshold voltage is fixed for particular comparator or particular operational amplifier, which we are going to use in nonlinear applications by the industry. Okay, what is the purpose of logic threshold voltage means, with the help of logic threshold voltage, we can define the application of the operational amplifier in nonlinear applications, and we can also analyze the reference voltage with the help of this particular logic threshold voltage. So coming into the third characteristic is a strobe function. What is strobe function means? Strobe function is nothing but a particular control. Strobe control, we call that control as a strobe control. This is nothing but an auxiliary control or add-on control in comparator. We don't get this strobe control or a strobe function in the aspect of linear applications of operational amplifier, but in the context of discussing comparators, we will come across this particular strobe control or strobe function. Okay, strobe control is having strobe function. That means the objective of strobe control is strobe function. Okay, strobe control will do a strobe function. What is that strobe function means? So this particular strobe, this particular control of strobe will enable the input as well as disable the input. That means this particular strobe control, it will do a strobe function, that strobe function is having a command. Okay, it will enable the input and it will disable the input at a particular specific instant of time period. Okay, how that happens means when the comparator is enabled with the help of strobe function, the output signal will respond with respect to the input signal. Okay, so whenever the strobe function is disabled the input, the output doesn't respond with respect to the input. Output doesn't respond with respect to the input. So this feature is connected with the help of a wire in traditional comparator segments, and we adopted a separate device, that is strobe control. Okay, so what is the purpose of strobe control means, strobe control is nothing but a particular mechanism. It will send a strobe function. That strobe function will enable the input, and as well as it will disable the input at a particular application at a particular instant of time. Okay, so strobe current, what is strobe current means, the current used to create strobe function. Okay, the current used by the strobe control to create the strobe function. Okay, to enable or to disable the input. Okay, that means certain amount of current is utilized to create or to limit this particular input, to enable the input and to disable the input. That means to operate the strobe control we need certain amount of current, that is called as strobe current. Okay, that is defined as strobe current. Okay, so response time, fourth characteristic of a comparator is response time. Okay, the response time, the speed of the voltage comparator, the speed of the our comparator is defined with respect to response time. Okay, how can we define the speed of comparator means, depending upon the time of application, depending upon the time of usage of the particular comparator. Okay, at any particular instant of time, how much time the comparator responded with respect to input. Okay, when an input signal is given to the comparator, at what particular mean time the comparator responded, and at what particular mean time the comparator delivered the output. Okay, that the comparator delivered the output, that is represented with respect to response time. The actual operating time of the comparator when the input signal is given to comparator is called as response time. Okay, this is the particular test circuit. This I got from Texas Instrumentation. So this is the test circuit for calculating the actual response time of the comparator. That means the input voltage, input voltage of this is nothing but a test specimen. Test specimen. Why I am saying test specimen means, so whatever it may be the input voltage we are testing for a comparator, at the instant of testing, if we give the particular input voltage to this particular test circuit, it will send an output. It will deliver the output voltage in the matter of time. That means V output is observed in the instant of time. So at particular instant of time, our test comparator has to be responded. So that is the response time. Okay, and this is the description of behavior of positive output voltage and negative output voltage. So if it is a high output voltage, sorry, if it is a high output voltage at a particular given load, so the input drive is greater than or equal to specific voltage. That means we explained the behavior of input voltage with respect to the reference voltage. Same condition is explained with respect to the behavior of input voltage with respect to the output voltage scenario here. Input voltage with respect to the output voltage scenario here. That means here the behavior of negative voltage, the negative voltage with respect to the comparator is saturated. So whenever the differential voltage is observed, so these two parameters, positive output voltage and negative output voltage, can be explained again at the discussion of comparator in ideal condition, practical condition. We will discuss there in detail. So if we explain few more characteristics, strobe current, we said already, the current flowing in the strobe terminal, to create a strobe function, to enable or to disable the input terminal, that is called as strobe function. And last thing is strobe release time. Strobe release time in the sense the time required for the output to rise towards a particular logic threshold voltage after the strobe terminal is turned to zero. That means after the strobe current is zero, what will happen? After the strobe current is zero, again there is no sending of strobe function. Okay, at that condition we can see a logic threshold voltage after the strobe terminal. Okay, there used to be a rise of logic threshold voltage. That means after the completion of the strobe release time, we can see a logic threshold voltage. That means how much amount of strobe voltage is formed when the strobe current is flown through the strobe terminal. Okay, that means actual worked time of strobe function is represented with respect to strobe release time. Strobe release time in the sense the instant of time the strobe function operated to enable or to disable the input, that is called as strobe release time. Okay, last thing is saturation voltage. We know the open loop gain of the operational amplifier is very high. We can't define with respect the maximum, we can't define the infinite condition of the open loop gain. That's why we represented the infinite condition of open loop gain in practical scenario with saturation points. Thus that saturation points is called as saturation voltages. Okay, saturation voltage is the low output voltage with respect to input voltage drive, which is greater than a particular specified value. Okay, that means the saturation voltage is nothing but, how can we explain a saturation voltage means at a particular open loop gain of operational amplifier. Okay, the open loop gain is infinite. We can't define that infinite value in practical scenarios. That's why we are taking this particular saturation voltage in defining those open loop gains or infinite gain values in the point of plus saturation. If it is maximum, positive maximum; if it is a negative maximum, we represent it with negative maximum. Okay, so this is the discussion in today's class. We analyzed about the comparator as voltage limiter. Okay, we defined the voltage limiter. That is, voltage limiter is a context of application of comparator where the output voltage is proportional or inverse with output voltage is not proportional. Output voltage is inverse or independent of input voltage. Okay, and we analyzed the terms like we analyzed the classification of positive and we analyzed the classification of positive and negative output voltage. We analyzed the behavior of two Zener diode with respect to a rectifier diode. We analyzed the behavior of a single Zener diode with respect to a feedback path, and we observed various characteristics of the operational amplifier like accuracy, logic threshold, storm function, response time, positive output voltage, negative output voltage, strobe current, strobe terminal, okay, strobe function, and saturation voltage. Right.